Good evening and welcome to the Mega News at 6 right here on MBN TV. We are coming to you live from our studios here at the 10th Avenue, Greater Estate. We are also streaming live on our social media platforms on YouTube and Facebook at MBN 360. I am Farah Ayi, coming up in the major headlines.
Mahama joins African leaders at France African Summit in Kenya. In business, Ghana stocks mixed as trading activities collapse. On the international front, xenophobic violence intensified in South Africa as authorities reportedly step up crackdown on foreign nationals.
In our first story, President John Dramani Mahama has joined a host of African heads of state and global partners at the France-Africa Summit in Nairobi, where leaders are engaging on economic cooperation, security, and sustainable development across the continent.
President John Dramani Mahama is among prominent African leaders attending the high-level France-African Summit currently underway in Nairobi. The summit, which brings together policymakers, business leaders, and international partners, is focused on strengthening economic ties between Africa and France, whilst addressing pressing issues such as climate change, regional security, and infrastructure development. Mr. Mahama's participation highlights Ghana's continual interest in shaping continental dialogue on growth and investment, particularly in areas of trade, energy, and youth employment. Discussions at the summit are also expected to explore new financing models and partnership aimed at accelerating Africa's development agenda, growing calls for equitable global cooperation. The France-African Summit continues over the coming days with key resolutions anticipated to influence policy direction and international collaboration across the continent.
Now, the Ministry of Education, Ghana, has constituted a special committee to investigate rising hostel fees across tertiary institutions, following growing concerns from students and parents over affordability.
The Ministry of Education, Ghana, has announced the formation of a committee to probe the escalating cost of hostel accommodation in tertiary institutions nationwide. The move comes amidst mounting complaints from students who says the rising fees are placing significant financial strain on families and threatening access to higher education. According to the ministry, the committee has been tasked with reviewing current pricing structures, assessing the role of private hostel operators, recommending measures to ensure fairness and transparency in the system. Authorities say the investigation will also examine regulatory gaps and exploit options for standard hostel fees across institutions. Stakeholders, including university authorities, students' union, and private accommodation providers, are expected to be engaged as part of the process. The committee is expected to present its findings and recommendations in the coming weeks, with government assuring that appropriate action will be taken to protect students and restore confidence in the sector.
We are also aware publicly there has been concerns about adjustment to hostel fees. There is a committee which will work with the Ministry of Education, GTech, and the Vice Chancellors of the universities. We will be convening to deliberate further and consult further in order that we find an amicable solution to it. But be assured that government will simply not run on the principles of private partnership, and therefore unlimited laissez-faire guidance will dictate the pace. We will be social, and we will reflect social values and social concerns in the delivery.
Also, the University of Ghana Medical Center Human Milk Bank is calling on nursing mothers to donate breast milk to support premature and critically ill babies in need of life-saving nutrition.
The Human Milk Bank at the University of Ghana Medical Center is appealing to lactating mothers to donate excess breast milk to help save the lives of vulnerable newborns. Health officials at the facility says the demand for donor milk continues to rise, particularly for premature babies whose mothers may be unable to produce sufficient milk. Breast milk is widely recognized by the World Health Organization as the ideal source of nutrition for infants, providing essential nutrients and antibodies that protect against infections and support healthy development. The UGMC team assures potential donors that the process is safe, confidential, strictly screened to ensure the highest standards of quality and safety before milk is administered to babies. Authorities are urging healthy nursing mothers with surplus milk to consider donating, emphasizing that a single donation could make the difference between life and death for a newborn in critical care. The Human Milk Bank continues to play a vital role in neonatal care, with renewed calls for public support to sustain its operation and expand its reach.
Also, the West African Examination Council has confirmed the arrest of 43 teachers for their alleged involvement in examination malpractice during the ongoing Basic Education Service Certificate examination.
The West Africa Examination Council says 43 teachers have been arrested across the country for engaging in various forms of malpractice during the ongoing Basic Education Certificate examination. According to WAEC officials, the suspects were picked up for offenses including collation with candidates, distribution of unauthorized materials, and attempt to compromise the integrity of the examination process. The council has reiterated its commitment to upholding the credibility of its examination, warning that anyone found culpable, whether teachers, supervisors, or candidates, will face strict sanctions. WAEC further disclosed that it is working closely with security agencies to intensify monitoring at examination centers and clamp down on any irregularities. Education authorities have also expressed concern over the development, stressing the need for professionalism and ethical conduct among teachers entrusted with supervising national examination. The council is urging the public to support efforts to maintain the integrity of the examination system as the investigation into the matter continues.
The head of the Rent Control Department, Ghana, has vowed a crackdown on landlords charging rent in foreign currencies, describing the practice as an illegal and exploitative.
The chief executive of the Rent Control Department, Ghana, has declared that he described as a war on the growing practice of landlords demanding rent in the US dollars and other foreign currencies. According to the department, charging rent in foreign currency violates Ghana's tenancy laws and put undue pressure on tenants, especially in the face of exchange rate fluctuation. Officials says increased monitoring and enforcement measures are being rolled out to identify and sanction landlords who flout the law. The department is also urging tenants to report cases of dollar-denominated rent demands, assuring the public of protection and swift action against offenders. The move comes amidst rising housing concerns in urban areas where rental costs continue to surge beyond the reach of many residents. Authorities emphasize that all rentals transactions must be conducted in Ghana cities in line with the national regulations as efforts intensify to restore fairness and stability in the housing sector.
Minority leader Alexander Afenyo-Markin has criticized the government, accusing it of failing to capitalize on the initial goodwill it enjoyed upon assuming office.
Minority leader Alexander Afenyo-Markin has taken a swipe at the government, saying he squandered the early goodwill and public confidence it received at the start of its administration. According to him, government had a strong mandate and bond support from Ghanaians but failed to translate that goodwill into meaningful economy and social progress. He argued that mixed opportunities, policy inconsistency, and what he described as weak implementation have contributed to the current challenges facing the country. The Efutu Member of Parliament further called on government to reset its priorities and adopt more pragmatic policies to address pressing concerns including the cost of living and unemployment. However, government officials have maintained that significant strides have been made despite global economic pressures, pointing to ongoing reforms and intervention aimed at stabilizing the economy. The comment adds to the ongoing political debate over governance and economic performance as both sides continue to court public support ahead of future electoral contests.
We'll go for a quick break. When we come back, the business news is up next.
How would some look fast? Baba, me again. Let's go. Yale. Me call you, ma'am. Who hear me? Meant me and sent my friend doctor when I'm crossing over. See what we swear. She has malaria. Malaria. Oh, what they say? What the router? Me copy the absence. A drone a friend router mix. Yeah, come malaria draw. And running some Gaftrap and the draw ku abaso body ase wabo ruta mixture abaso ruta natural products no ne ruta mixture ya e dikutia atiri ruta tonic and the ruta life wa ehuru e feel slide body e feel nipadua mu nasa support immune system no ruta de obi ase ye FDA ade dwede nkrato ya tu.
In business, trading on the Ghana Stock Exchange ended on a mixed note as overall market activity sharply declined, with analysts pointing to weak investor participation and cautious sentiment.
The Ghana Stock Exchange recorded mixed performance at the close of trading as a significant drop in market activity signaled warning investor momentum. While some equities posted modest gains, others declined, reflecting an uneven market trend amid low trading volumes. Market watchers say the sharp dip in activity suggests investors are adopting a wait-and-see approach amid ongoing economic uncertainties. Data from the exchange indicates that both the volume and value of shares traded fell considerably compared to previous sessions, raising concerns about liquidity on the market. Analysts attribute the slowdown to a combination of factors, including tight financial conditions, limited institutional participation, and broader macroeconomic pressures. Despite the downturn in trading activity, some market players remain optimistic that improved economic stability and policy clarity could help restore investor confidence in the coming months. The development underscores the need for sustained effort to deepen Ghana's capital markets and attract both local and foreign investments.
Still on the business news, the Security and Exchange Commission Ghana is ramping up efforts to attract investments from the Ghanaian diaspora as part of strategies to deepen the country's capital market and derive economic growth.
The Securities and Exchange Commission Ghana is turning its attention to the Ghanaian diaspora in a bid to unlock new streams of capital for the local financial market. According to the Commission, the initiative aims to encourage Ghanaians living abroad to invest in domestic instruments such as equities, bonds, and collective investment schemes. Officials say diaspora remittances remain a significant source of foreign exchange, and channeling a portion of these funds into the capital markets could provide long-term financing for businesses and infrastructure development. The SEC notes that efforts are underway to improve investor education, enhance regulatory transparency, and introduce innovative products tailored to diaspora investors. Market analysts believe that tapping into diaspora capital could boost liquidity on the Ghana Stock Exchange and strengthen resilience against external shocks. The move forms part of broader reforms to position Ghana as a competitive investment destination while leveraging global Ghanaian networks to support sustainable economic expansion.
We'll go for a quick break. When we come back, sports is next.
introduce you to Farm Global Company Limited. At Farm Global, we offer you a variety of groceries and provisions to choose from. Cosmetics, perfumes, bed sheets, undies, boxes, you can mention all. This is our perfume stand, and we have variety of perfumes you can choose from for yourself and your loved ones. We cover Latapa, fragrance world, and quality perfumes that will last long on your body. On our cosmetic section, we have variety of lotions, creams, hair pomades that can keep you going. Let your feet do the talking and your hand do the showcasing. Your babies are not left out. We got you covered. At Farm Global, we make shopping a beautiful experience for you and your family. You can be at home, send your list, and get it delivered for free. Yes, for free. We know you can pay for it, but we want to show appreciation. We bring everything to you at your doorstep. Locate Farm Global on the Nungwabuade Road, just opposite Redeemer Chemist. Call us on 0592 0999 52 or 050-384-3633. Farm Global, fast, reliable, and convenient.
Welcome back from that quick break. If you're now joining us, this is the Mega News at 6 right here on MBN TV. Now in the world of sports, Portuguese manager Jose Mourinho is reportedly in advanced talks over a sensational return to Spanish giants Real Madrid, with negotiations said to be entering their final stages.
Former Real Madrid coach Jose Mourinho is said to be in the final negotiation of a possible return to the Santiago Bernabeu, according to report from European football circles. Sources suggest discussions between Mourinho's representatives and the hierarchy at the Real Madrid have intensified in recent days, raising speculation of a dramatic managerial comeback. Mourinho previously managed the Spanish giant between 2010 and 2013, a period marked by domestic success and fierce rivalry with Barcelona before departing amidst high-profile tension. The current talks are believed to center on rebuilding the squad's competitive edge in Europe as the club looks to reinforce its dominance in both domestic and continental competition. However, neither Mourinho nor Real Madrid have officially confirmed the negotiation, and discussions are still understood to be ongoing. If completed, the deal will mark one of the most high-profile managerial returns in modern football, reigniting a partnership that once defied an era in Spanish football.
In the world of entertainment, music analyst Philip Nye has praised the glamour and production quality of the 27th Telecel Ghana Music Awards, but says the event is increasingly exposing underlying structural challenges within the awards scheme that can no longer be ignored.
The 27th edition of the Telecel Ghana Music Award delivered its usual dose of excitement, red carpet elegance, and high-energy performances, drawing attention from music lovers across the country and beyond. However, according to the music analyst Philip Nye, behind the spectacle lies a growing concern about the direction and credibility of the award system. He urged that while the ceremony continues to celebrate Ghana's musical talent and grand style, several operational and structural issues are beginning to surface, issues he believes threaten the long-term integrity of the scheme. Philip Nye notes that questions around category selection, consistency in judging criteria, and industry representation have become recurring talking points among stakeholders. He warns that Unless these concerns are addressed, the prestige of the awards could gradually be overshadowed by controversy and dissatisfaction within the creative industry. Despite these concerns, the 27th edition still managed to project Ghana's music industry on a vibrant stage, reaffirming its cultural significance while also sparking fresh debate about reform and improvement.
Now, away from Ghana, tensions are rising in parts of South Africa as reports indicate an escalation in xenophobic attacks, with some officials allegedly participating in intensified operations targeting foreign nationals.
South Africa is once again facing renewed concerns over xenophobic violence, as incidents targeting foreign nationals are reported to be increasing in several communities. Eyewitness accounts and local reports suggest that groups of foreign migrants have been harassed, displaced, and in some cases attacked, and growing reconstruction linked to unemployment, competition for informal jobs, and strained public services. The situation has been further complicated by allegations that some local officials are not only failing to curb the violence, but are reportedly involved in enforcement action that disproportionately affects foreign nationals. Human rights organizations have raised alarm, warning that such development could deepen social divisions and damage South Africa's international image if not urgently addressed. Authorities, meanwhile, are under pressure to restore order and clarify the role of law enforcement in the ongoing operations, as calls grow for a more human and lawful approach to migration management. The unfolding situation continues to spark regional concerns, with observers warning that failure to de-escalated tensions could lead to wider instability and diplomatic strain across Southern Africa.
Let's take a recap of the headlines.
Mahama joins African leaders at France African Summit in Kenya. In business, Ghana stocks mix as trading activities collapse. On the international front, xenophobic violence intensified in South Africa as authorities reportedly step up crackdown on foreign nationals.
This has been the Mega News at 6 right here on MBN TV with me, Farana Ayele Ayi. Catch us next time. Catch us same time tomorrow, 6 p.m. Thanks for watching.